One of the biggest mistakes I made when I first started Clair Obscur Expedition 33 was not taking advantage of camping, a feature you unlock fairly early in the game. So, anytime you're on the world map, you've got the option to camp. And you should be doing this regularly. First off, it gives you extra story content. You can chat with your party members, learn about their backstory, and get a better grip on what's happening in the world of Expedition 33. Even better, camping gives you access to the Curator, and this is a big deal. The Curator lets you upgrade your weapons and boost your party members' Lumina points, which help you apply more Pictos effects to your party. More on that in a second. Later in the game, camping also helps you increase your relationship level with your party members, unlocking new gradient attacks. Think of them like ultimate moves. These pack a ton of damage, but you'll need to level up those relationships to unlock more. Alright, let's keep going. Throughout your journey, you'll come across plenty of white Nevrons who will ask for your help. The catch? These quests aren't tracked. No quest log, no markers, just your own memory. For example, early on, you'll meet a Nevron whose light has gone out. He'll ask you to grab some resin. Easy enough, since it's nearby. If you help him out, you get a healing tint shard, which heals your party. And that's just the start. There are even more NPC tasks to find. Sometimes, you'll come across lost Gestrels on the map. Bring 4 of them back to camp, and you'll unlock the Paint Break ability, a skill that can destroy these strange formations. These are scattered all over the world, usually concealing resources or other valuable items, so completing these tasks is totally worth it. Now, because the game won't track these tasks for you, I highly recommend keeping notes. If an NPC asks for something, write down their location and what they need, because their requests can be pretty vague. You can check your quest items in your inventory, but it won't tell you when or where you picked them up, so staying organized will save you a ton of headache. So, you probably already know that you can equip 3 Pictos at a time, right? They give you passive boosts to HP, defense, speed, and critical hit chance. But the real magic comes from their active effects, like adding a burn effect or extra action point to your basic attacks. Lumina lets you equip more than 3 Pictos but only keeps their passive effects. That means you can stack as many passive effects as possible for insane combinations. Take Mael, for example. She can be all about fire-based attacks, and her skills focus on burning enemies. There are Pictos that apply burn when attacking marked enemies, or double burn stacks when you apply burn. Stack these on Mael, and suddenly, you've got a Firestorm character build in your hands. Now, here's something to keep in mind. Some Pictos have a high Lumina cost, while others are cheaper, but still useful. The trick is to equip the expensive Pictos and spend your Lumina points for the cheapest one to get the best value. Also, favorite your best ones. Trust me, once you start collecting a ton of Pictos, it's easy to lose track of which ones are actually useful. Pictos can be found everywhere, but you usually won't find them right on the main path. You'll need to explore, check side areas, fight special mobs, or buy them from Gestral merchants. Always fight the merchants. These guys hide their best items behind 1v1 fights. Win the battle, and you'll unlock some seriously valuable rewards. Usually a powerful Picto, sometimes even a weapon, and some cool-looking outfits for your party. Every time you level up, you'll get attribute points to spend on different stats. So here's a quick rundown of what each one does. Vitality increases HP. Might boosts attack damage. Agility improves speed and adds some defense. Defense enhances critical hit chance and overall defense. Luck raises critical hit chance plus a bit of speed. Now, a solid strategy is prioritizing agility, since speed is king. If you're fast enough, you can attack twice before the enemy even gets their turn. That's huge. But there's another thing to consider: weapon scaling. If you've played Souls-like games before, you already know how this works. Weapon damage depends on specific attributes. So when upgrading your weapons, you'll see which attributes they scale with on the upgrading screen. Balancing vitality and agility is important, but you also need to level up the stats that match your weapon's scaling. If you ignore weapon scaling, you might end up with a strong character build but inefficient damage output, which is not ideal. This is where recoats come in. These items let you reset your attributes, and they're super handy if you need to reallocate points. You can find recoats out in the world or buy them from Gestral vendors, so don't be afraid to use them often. If you find a really good weapon, don't hesitate. Reset your attributes and redistribute them to fully optimize for it. Now, recoats also let you reset your skills, but you don't really need to. You unlock all skills naturally as you level up. So instead of worrying about your skills, focus on fine-tuning your attributes when it comes to weapon upgrades. Most of the time, you don't need to upgrade them manually. When you're battling enemies, especially out on the world map, your weapons can upgrade automatically after the fights. This saves you chroma catalysts, which are needed for manual upgrades. Since you'll be collecting tons of weapons for each character, it's way smarter to only use chroma catalysts on the weapons you know you'll use regularly. For weaker weapons, just let the automatic upgrades do the work for you. This way, you're still getting weapon improvements without burning through your resources. Another mistake you can make early on is to explore the world map freely. And here are some key reasons why you might want to hold off on going all in too early. Of course, as you explore, you'll find weapons, Pictos, upgrade materials, and even optional bosses. Sounds great, right? But here's the thing. Many side locations are practically impossible until Act 3, and here's why. There's a crucial Picto you get later in the story that lets your damage exceed 9,999. Before you unlock it, some bosses and encounters are just flat out unbeatable. You literally can't do enough damage. Eski can't fly yet, which means certain areas are completely inaccessible until later in the game. Once Eski can fly and you have that max damage Picto, exploration opens up big time. At that point, heading into previously locked out areas is way more viable. But this doesn't mean you should skip exploration altogether. Side objectives along the main story path still give rewards, so focus on those. And if you stumble across an area that feels impossible, no worries, you'll be coming back later. Before we wrap things up, here are some early game battle tips. Unlike typical JRPGs, your action points fully refresh after every encounter, so don't be shy about spending them. Hold back too much, and you're just making fights harder for no reason. Free aim is crucial. Always target enemy weak points, usually glowing orbs, to stop enemy attacks and deal extra damage. Pairing free aim attacks with Pictos can be a game changer. Some Pictos apply burn or mark enemies, making free aim hits even stronger. Combine them and you'll be dishing out serious damage. Basic attacks aren't just filler. They can apply status effects and buffs when equipped with the right Pictos. That means they help both offense and defense. Use them wisely. Your main party members get all the experience after battle, so rotate them often to keep everyone leveled evenly. Otherwise, you might end up with a team where some characters lag behind. Dodging gives you a slightly longer invincibility window, but parrying a full combo lets you counterattack for extra damage. Generally, parrying is preferred, thanks to Picto benefits and the damage boost. Boss fights can be brutal, but don't stress if you lose a few times. Every loss teaches you attack patterns, so study when to dodge, parry, jump, and use gradient attacks to refine your strategy. And that's a wrap. Hopefully, these Clair Obscur Expedition 33 tips helped make your journey through the game smoother and more enjoyable. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And if you're looking for more Expedition 33 content, check out the video popping up on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.